So, regarding, how do I start here? So, as far as whether or not I've decided to go back to social media, most likely Facebook, more likely Facebook. Right now, I'm still gonna stand by my decision that I'm not ready to go back yet until I am, and I told on the everyone group text earlier, the everyone in the Nutballers group text, that until I'm 90, at least at the bare minimum, 90% mentally healthy, then I can go back to Facebook. Then I can go back to Instagram. Then I can just go back to just being on social media every single day. But I'm sorry, it is still not happening for me. And originally I said, once I left social media and even ghosted my entire friend circle, that it would only take a new job for me to even make a surprising comeback. Well, it's already June and I'm still in this dump, okay? And yes, I'm back in my, I'm slowly coming back in my friend circle. I still haven't talked to Russ and Dewey. I've made it clear in that one video where I talked about needing to be 100% mentally healthy to talk to them again. Well, in this case, now I said 90 to 100%. So at least also 90% at the bare minimum that I can talk to them again. You know what I'm saying? Especially Russ. So right now, I'm still dealing with these mental inconsistencies that for as long as I'm in this dump, I'm still going to feel like SH. Just as I've always been. Despite the help that I'm getting, it's like right now with what I'm being prescribed with, I've been told it's going to take weeks to take effect. Now, obviously, I'm still dealing with my severe anxiety that's, it's to this day, it's still hard to overcome. So with all these issues, ongoing issues that I'm still dealing with, I see no reason for me to come back. Now, granted, I do get a new job. Then I can go back. No doubt. Because I made it clear. The moment I get hired in a new job, the excitement will raise and my whole life will change for the better. And I said it, even to the point where my anxiety will have automatically gone away. And maybe there I can continue on with my therapy and psychiatry and all that stuff, and I will already have become a better person. Maybe even now I'll probably already have been at least 90% better, mentally better. You know what I'm saying? Just because now I have taken I've taken my life to a whole new level of as far as challenging myself and taking a bigger challenge by going on a new job, right? So that would give me a reason to go back to Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I'm not too big on Instagram anymore. I'm there mostly to post stories, hardly ever posting anything. But I'm more of a Facebook guy. I've always have, even when I was active on Instagram and Facebook. So right now I'm still on YouTube, just doing a lot of catch up on my older basketball shoot around videos and other hangouts from last year. Right now, I'm working on a couple other ones for August, and I still have the one for June, and one for July. So, and they're both big ones. So, yeah. I mean, going back to Facebook, man, I really cannot see myself go back with these mental inconsistencies that I'm still dealing with, right? So let's say if I were to go back, and then I'm still gonna feel like crap, just knowing that what is expected, and just knowing me just having a hard time trying to deal with just what it is now and all that. I mean, it's like every time I'm in there, I'm always feeling like crap too, and most of the time I'm just like You know, I'm at work more than I ever am at home. Let's just be real about that. And every time I'm there, I mean, being at work and being on Facebook a lot, you know, it's why me and Mario are always arguing, or have always been arguing about stuff here and there, especially my issues, my friendship issues, this and that. And, you know, I know I said a whole lot, like I don't have any more friends, this and that. I know I said a lot of that BS, that delusional BS. I'm willing to admit that. But the thing is, though, it's like, you know, if I were to go back, I'm almost going to be in that same cycle again. It's mentally, you know, it has mentally wrecked me in that, you know, it's like, that's why I'm out right now. Because I already know, like, if I do come back, I'm going to automatically just dwell on the guys that I missed. I hate to say it. It's just, for as long as I'm still in this workplace that I'm trying to get out of, you know, especially dealing with my mental inconsistencies, including my severe anxiety, that's why I don't want to go back yet. Because it's just going to be automatic that I'm going to feel like I'm dwelling on these people that I still missed. I'm talking about guys like Angelique, Kriza, Christine, Kirill, Rhea, Giselle, Gwen, Pearl Jane, you know, Tristan, to a certain extent. I mean, it's most of those people, with the exception of Tristan, I've met while I was in this dump in my third year, 2015. So you don't think that, like, I mean, just for me to have this nostalgia of, you know, yeah, if I was here, you know, I remember I met Chris on this day and that day, and Monica on this day, and, you know, Sam on, you know what I'm saying? So I really just need to do myself a favor, and until I am 90 to 100% mentally healthy, I mean, at least 90%, I just cannot go back yet. Look, some people listening to this video may just find this as a lame excuse as to why I'm not going to go back. Okay? And I mean, here's another thing too, is that, you know, when was this? Like, when I came back from a year and a half, this was like from the time that, well, that misunderstanding with Kriza, where I thought that she blocked me in like May of 2018, that led to me just completely just, you know, being totally upset at her. And then next thing you know, she said she didn't do it. And then she said she hated me. And then, you know, it just seems like our friendship just fell apart. And that's when I left Facebook, or, you know, just social media in general, for like pretty much the rest of the year till late 2019, you know, just not on my original account. When I got my original account back in 2020, beginning of 2020, you know what I'm saying? I had Mari just log into my original account to put up that one cover photo where I had all the posters that, you know, then poster friends, you know, where I said thank you for the memories, 2018, right? So yeah, I mean, here's another thing too, is that it just makes me, like, I know I was really bitter for a while about these getting so many likes and comments. Now I've been really bitter about that for a while, ever since I came back. And it just makes me feel like a lot of times, even just at times, you know, not that it's like all the time, but here when I'm in my dump, it's I still have a tendency to feel that way about the not getting enough likes or comments, or just maybe just none at this point. A lot of my posts that I make, even like picture posts, I'm getting none. I know what Sam said, you know, don't worry about no likes and comments as long as you appreciate what you post. And then, you know, people like Rhea, Angelique, who are my ex-close friends, saying that, you know, likes just never matter. You know, just because you don't have any more likes, that doesn't mean you're not loved. You know, I've been on that a lot, okay? Even in 2020, you know, I just feel like I'm not getting enough love. I mean, like, when it comes to likes and comments just being very less now, it just feels like I'm not feeling as much loved. Obviously, we're in the pandemic then. I know it sounds like a lame excuse for that to happen. I know Kobe passed, and which I feel had led to, you know, seeing this drop, and you know, sometimes I still have a tendency to feel that way. It's almost like my job hunting. You know, I applied for a bunch of jobs, and a lot of what I'm getting is just telemarketer calls and all that, scammers, and all the while I'm getting hardly any likes except for when Mari is there. Mari, let me get into Mari for a little bit here. I mean, I know she's there. I know she's always there for me, no matter what, on Facebook. I think she's the one that stands out the most. No disrespect to the other guys. I think, even to this day, I think Mari's the only one that's just really been popping out as far as, being that loyal, supportive friend. She's out there seeing all of my likes and mostly commenting on them, especially the picture posts. So I still got to give her credit where credit is due, that she's still out there, just making the comments, a lot of positive comments, as far as praises to some of my picture posts that I don't see any of these other friends do anymore. But sometimes I look at that like back then it was just not enough, because every time I'm in my dump, she knows how I feel, and some of my other friends know how I feel too, like Russ and Neil and Carlos. It's just all contributing. I mean, I do appreciate Mari. She's the best friend I've ever had. Even being the best friend that she is, she's the best friend I ever had. Our friendship anniversary is getting really close now. It's going to be 9 years this Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to celebrate that day yet. We'll see what happens. Just a lot of things going on at home, right? We'll see, though. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm just of that mindset that with all of this, I'm trying not to feel so bitter about these likes and comments. I mean, now that I'm doing my basketball shoot around games, I at least I have something to feel proud about. Hey, I'm 43-25, or 15 game winning streak. How many threes did I make? I think that's something I could be proud of more than just getting however many likes and comments I get. I know I still see some other people like Michael who are getting 20, 25, 30, 40, 100 something. Some of my other friends were getting, or even then close friends who were getting 30 to 40 likes, this and that, even on Instagram too. But I try my best to just not worry about it, and I know Mel advised me to stop scrolling on my news feed, and it's just there's just a lot of factors. And right now, to this day, it's why I still have these mental inconsistencies, because if I'm still on Facebook, I'm gonna feel way more distracted, but in a bad way. Okay, so it's just I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna be intended to worry too much about likes and comments, and if I look back, I'll post something like a picture of I don't know, me and me and Carlos hanging out with Russ at his place and playing bingo, this and that, whatever the case may be. And I check 5 hours later, I don't get nothing. Even though it's my birthday edit that Mari made, I get nothing. It's just that's where I feel all my mental inconsistencies. Look, people can say I'm making excuses here and there. I can already imagine that. Guys like Part Jory and Lovey Mel, and it's just some people just gotta realize that mental health is a real thing. My anxiety is a real thing. My mental health issues are a real thing. So, I mean, look, I do want to go back, but then I can't yet. I still can't, and I really don't want to. And I'm not rushing myself to get back by any means, okay? So, I don't want to rush myself, just knowing where I'm at still, and especially after what transpired the last couple of months. I'm just not ready to go back to Facebook yet. I don't want to give it so much thought. Same with Instagram. I mean, Instagram is just boring to me at this point. I'm just not posting so much except stories mostly from Facebook, right? So I'm more of a Facebook guy. I'll post when I'm ready, but I said it before. I made this clear. Once I get a new job, I am going to go back. But until then, it's I don't really see myself going back yet. It's even with the likes and comments thing, I'm still trying to overcome that. I mean, as for the most part, I told you I got to get out of here first. I got to get out of this dump first before that happens. Before going back happens to where I could completely shifted away from that dump. I totally escaped from that place. That's the only way. So, look, I know Mel wants me back, and but right now I just cannot. I mean, I get where she's coming from, but right now I still can't see myself there for as long as I'm in this dump. I mean, I know it just sounds really silly to say, but you know, as long as I'm still in this dump, I know I'm still gonna feel like crap. I'm still gonna feel miserable. And right now, the one thing I'm focusing on is my UI UX design. Been really on top of that. If I really want to push my game, you know what I'm saying? You know, as far as like getting a new job, and I've been on the record. So by learning more, you know, more on the UI UX design stuff, eventually I'm gonna improve my portfolio with a couple of samples, you know, of, you know, I'll just make up a couple wireframes to show my future interviewers that I've learned something new, right? So that, as far as my resume, you know, I'm gonna do what my therapist told me, learning more, you know, in the process of learning UI UX design. So that's what I'm focusing on, especially with my mental health. And really, the only thing I can do is to get a new job. And yes, I'm still gonna be job hunting here and there all the while that I'm learning that stuff. Who knows? I might get lucky. So that's what I'm focusing right now. I really don't want to go back to Facebook yet. I get where Mel's coming from, but I'm sorry, I'm just not there yet. So yeah, who knows? I'll come back in the future, you know, when I do get a new job. I made that clear in the record. Okay, peace out.